For a very large number of people, dealing with financial matters can be highly stressful. Because of the potential for disagreement surrounding this matter, many people choose to steer clear of it entirely and instead put their attention completely on how much money they bring in and how much they spend. In a nutshell, the world is divided into two groups, the wealthy and the poor. In this video, I'll explain the 8 worst financial habits you should break immediately. The reality is that it is much more difficult to maintain financial stability than it is to generate new wealth. Some people who suddenly become wealthy due to an inheritance, a lottery win, or some other unexpected event sometimes end up frittering away their fortune. It goes without saying that even if you have a lot of money, mistakes with your finances can ruin your life. Now let's discuss the 8 major mistakes you should avoid with your money. The first is to pursue quick money scams. One of the most reliable routes to financial ruin is to invest in a quick-rich scam. Ponzi and pyramid scams, as well as overnight money-making propositions, fall under the umbrella term get-rich-quick schemes, since their creators hope to enrich themselves at the expense of their victims. When considering new business initiatives, be cautious of offers that appear to offer huge profits with less risk. In a nutshell, use your common sense before entering any agreements that promise quick wealth. The second mistake is failing to have a cash reserve. We all know that life doesn't always turn out as planned, and there are occasions when you need money to get yourself out of a jam. Things like the loss of a job or an accident all fall under this category. The failure to save up for unexpected expenses is a common financial blunder because, unfortunately, almost everything in life requires money. It shouldn't be too difficult to put these funds away. The only thing you need to do is talk to your company about setting up an automatic deduction of 10% of your income. This will cause your company to deposit a percentage of each of your paychecks into a savings account specifically designated for unexpected expenses. But how can you tell when you've accumulated sufficient savings? The majority of personal finance experts advise you to save up enough money for 6 months' worth of spending. However, a year's worth of expenses is a good target to go for if you wish to stay on the side of caution. The third is spending money on vices like smoking and drinking. It's possible that doing 1 or 2 drugs throughout college was something you did because you thought it would be enjoyable and harmless at the time. Unfortunately, however, long-term use has been linked to a variety of health problems as well as financial costs. Many people's chances of reaching financial independence are severely hampered by the amount of money they spend on drugs and cigarettes each year. A lot of people start using drugs or smoking cigarettes because they are curious about it or because they feel pressure from their peers to start. This behavior will, in the long run, exact a significant cost, not just on your body, but also on your financial situation and well-being. Therefore, do your best to refrain from spending money on these things. Fourth, one of poor financial management. Investing is not an easy thing to do. Additionally, many individuals risk their savings on the advice of others or the firm belief that the value of widely held stocks would continue to rise. Investing in real estate is a popular choice among people of all ages. Many individuals have the misconception that after they have purchased a house for investment purposes, they will have all of their financial needs satisfied. They believe that once they begin renting out their space, the rent checks will come in like clockwork, and their cash flow will improve dramatically. Sadly, it's not always like that. Things like rent payments being missed, broken appliances, and a drop in the property's value are all possibilities. It's important to remember that there's always some degree of danger while investing. Before risking one's capital on a new business or product, a shrewd investor would do their research to ensure that their investments will generate a steady flow of profit. Simply put, you should not jump into something just because your peers are successful at it, or a salesperson assured you of its enormous potential. Fifth, having a fear of taking financial risks due to lack of confidence. The adage, the greater the risk, the greater the reward, is true. You have to take some chances if you want to make some money. Even so, you should weigh the potential consequences of each risk you take. Investing money in something like an index fund, as opposed to keeping it in a savings account, is an example of a riskier financial move. But even if you put it in a savings account, it would never earn more than the average interest rate of 0.09% each year. Alternatively, putting money into a fund that tracks the overall fluctuations of the stock market, known as an index fund for instance, has traditionally resulted in returns of 7% per year. This is a risky bet that should be taken since it can be profitable. Sixth on the list is saving money instead of investing it. Money that is saved in a bank account will gradually lose purchasing power as a result of inflation. On the other hand, financial resources might become significantly more valuable through strategic investment. Those who are too chicken to take chances see their wealth fade away because they stockpile their cash. Only the funds necessary to cover your day-to-day expenditures and those designated for use in case of an unexpected necessity should be kept in your bank account. To summarize, you shouldn't save money only for the purpose of conserving money. Rather, you should save money in order to invest. If you don't have a specific strategy for how you're going to spend the money you save, you'll probably end up spending it on items that aren't worth it. For instance, if you let money sit in the bank, you could be enticed to buy a new vehicle, treat yourself to designer clothes, or go out more often. Rather than doing that, you should be putting that money into investments so that it can earn further income for you. The alternative to letting your money depreciate in a savings account is to invest it in something that can generate fresh sources of income, such as equities, property investments, REITs, or smaller companies. Seventh, relying on only one form of financial support. It is common practice for most people to rely only on a paycheck as their means of financial support. Unfortunately, the perception that people have regarding the security of their employment is not entirely accurate. Like a tree, you should have multiple branches of money coming in at once. It's important to find creative methods to put your money to work for you, so it's wise to continuously learn and improve these skills. You can rest assured that this is a smart and secure measure to take. Eighth, a heavy reliance on credit cards. Credit cards are useful for many individuals because they allow them to make purchases quickly and easily, but they can also be a slippery slope into debt for those who aren't careful. There are legitimate business uses for credit cards, but doing so excessively can be disastrous financially. Using credit cards encourages impulsive purchases. You will begin to believe that you are capable of purchasing anything and anything with only a simple swipe of your credit card. If you have trouble keeping your credit card expenditures in check, try making it a habit to use cash instead. For many people, the monetary impact of a purchase hits considerably closer to home when paying with cash rather than using credit. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Click the subscribe button down below if you wish to transition from the life you have right now to the life you truly desire.